in the beginning I thought America was nutty, but I'm thinking we've taken the cake, and I feel sorry for Melbourne. The people down there, like even Tony Doty, when they got to reopen, I think it was only open for 2 weeks and they had to shut down again. It's the most shut down place in the world, Victoria and stuff. And the thing is too, can't they see there's going to be, even though when they've asked the doctors everywhere, they've really had no one catch it outside. It's never been caught outside. And when Melbourne went into lockdown a few weeks ago, it was only, 9 cases. Within like a couple of weeks, they're up to like 2,000 now. So these lockdowns, the cases are just going through the fucking roof.
And also too, what's happened is, like, lockdown is a tool, but you can't use it indefinitely.
No.
And they've used up all their and it's when these things that government try and solve, it's a complex problem. They come up with a solution, but everyone gets affected by the lockdowns differently. You know, some people benefit, other people lose everything. And then some people get pissed off quicker.
Well, the government's had, since COVID started, free pay rises.
Yeah.
Well, you've had other people lose their jobs, commit suicide, families do whatever. It's like families can't see families. People have died, they can't go to funerals. It's like Queensland fucking border still shut. McGowan in Western Australia just shut that whole state off from the rest of the world and the country. And it's just driving people mad. And did you see that? I can't remember what politician it was like a month ago. And they're just asking how people handling the lockdown. He's like, oh, it's great because we're not sitting right now. I get to spend time with my kids. It's wonderful to be at home and play with the kids. And the reporter goes, would that also be because you get $9,000 a week? And they're like, oh. Yeah, so you got people struggling, losing jobs, getting a little bit of money from the government just to pay whatever bills they can, rents. You know, some people have been lucky and people, landlords and stuff have helped people with rents and stuff to get by, but people are fucking struggling when it comes just to living. And you got politicians still getting $9,000 a week, getting pay rises, but then they get on TV and say, we're all in it together.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck off.
And what was it like up in Newcastle? Did life change much? Because down here, like, we really noticed it. Like, no one was out. I was doing deliveries at night.
Pretty much the same, because when it went into lockdown, and in the beginning it wasn't, because Sydney was just a hot spot, but then it crept up, and then when it became where we were, it was the same thing. You had that 5 kilometre radius was as far as you could go and stuff like that. But then, like I said, I just put the app on my phone and said I got to go to work somewhere, and it gave me a pass to drive around. So if I get pulled over by the police, they'd scan that and then I didn't even have to reapply. It says your pass has been extended for another month. I got a couple of them. See, there's another one. This is for, where am I working? Oh, Sam's Fitness. And this is good to the 31st of the 10th. Look at that. So if I was to get pulled over, but I think you can drive now different places, can't you? Or
it depends. I don't think we can go to. They're even backpedaling on the rules for.
I heard rural. They're sort of.
Yeah, no, that's one thing. Like, and
then I saw some people being interviewed on TV. They're asking some old people, so what do you think about when they open up? We don't want them here. We don't.
Yeah, that's what. One of the reasons why everyone was rushing to take the medicines was because they thought, we'll be able to go on holidays and whatever. But my theory was because the medicines don't stop you from catching it or giving it on, that you really think they're gonna let because everyone from Sydney is gonna want to go to the coast,
just go somewhere,
and do you really think then they're going to just leave these?
Well, I was watching Western Sydney get pissed when they having people at Bondi Beach and that, but they wouldn't open up the pools for them out there. So those hot days they couldn't go anywhere, but everyone's laying on the beach at Bondi like that.
No, I don't blame him. I don't know if you saw that one where there must have been word that they were going to have a bit of a protest at the shopping centre at Bass Hill. And so the police just swarmed out there, and they're checking everyone that's going in and coming out.
And then I saw one where they were going to have a protest, but it didn't happen. But there was police everywhere, over there at the Sydney cricket ground thing. It was like cop cars lined up, hundreds of them. There were police everywhere. Thinking they should have went somewhere else and had. And I saw that one where was that guy? And they had him down, handcuffing him near the fountain. He was just having a cigarette and got a kebab.
Yeah.
And he said, I just live down the road there.
Yeah, no, that's...
I was like, fucking hell.
Well, you know, like you were saying before about in Germany, like
little by little,
yeah,
just take a free. And the thing is too, it just, I was watching this show, this doctor was talking about it too. It's, I forget what word it's, because something to do with your brain when they do things like that, and your whole brain programming changes, like something as simple as wearing the mask. You got to wear the mask to do this. Your brain starts, you know, funny thing, and I've heard so many people now, I'm going to still wear it after this, even if I'm vaccinated. If I go places, I'm going to wear the mask. It's like they just start bringing in there little by little by little.
I think like one of the massive things that will come out of this is you find I don't have the same personal connection with people.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they rock up, you don't shake their hands.
Yeah.
You've got masks on. So I had this fella, he come, you know, maybe 3 times, and both, it wasn't until the 3rd time that I could never recognise him.
No, because of the mask.
And never mask. I'd say, "G'day, mate. How you going?"
But I've had that happen to me a few times. I'll be places, even in the gym the other day. The gym, someone's like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah.
And then I go close. I said, "Oh, it's you." I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Even the mask too. When someone looks at you, it's like you smile. You're thinking the cunts can't see I'm smiling back. It's just like.
Yeah.
I was like, no, but it's all good. And they want that. They want people to be not close and separated and this whole distancing and shit. And like I said, when I went to get on the plane not long ago, the woman was such a stickler. Keep 1.5 meters apart. Lining up, 1.5 meters apart. Stay 1.5 meters apart. Then we get on the plane. It's a full flight. I'm sitting on the aisle. There's someone there and someone there near the window. Our arms are touching. The aisle's not even 1 meter wide. Then there's 3 more people.
Yeah, no.
The plane's full, but yet we had to stay 1.5 meters apart in the line before we got on there. Then when you get on the plane, people eat and drink, so they take their mask off anyway. So I'm like, then remember they used to say too, I used to laugh because don't handshake, do the elbow bump. But everyone's like coughing and sneezing in their elbow.
Yeah.
So, like, but even like I said, even maybe on a long flight overseas, okay, just because of circulated air. A lot of Chinese people have always worn masks anyway on those flights. Just, and I've always sometimes got a sore throat, whether it just be from the air being pumped around or shit. But I often think to myself, it's not really the air I worry about. If you're on a 17-hour flight and I'm going from, well, if I go to England next month, I go now from Sydney, Darwin, London, because he won't let Qantas land in fucking Perth. But that's 17 hours on a plane. Trust me, you don't have to worry about COVID. You ever been into a fucking toilet on a plane after 17 hours? You'll get more shit than fucking COVID if going into those things.
No, don't, because, you know, I was telling you about that, the gut doctor that I was, you know, with the medicine that he had. Well, the woman that he works with, or wrote the book with, they're investigating that the cold lives in your guts, and it can live there for 45 days, and it's quite possible that
if you get sick, it just comes out.
Yeah, no, but like say you're using that one for the plane as an example. If someone's got it and they take a dump, and then it just like it goes in the air in the toilet. And
even like you wipe their ass and they're touching shit and they might not do whatever. Or even what about if they just sitting there picking their nose and they're wiping it on shit, or pick their nose and touching shit. It's you don't know.
Look,
that's the thing. You just gotta. To me, it's like you got to learn to live with it, like the flu and the cold. Some will get it, some won't. And touch wood. I've never had a headache my whole life, and touch wood, I never had a flu vaccine, and I never really have had a flu, like a bad flu. You know, flu season, sometimes I might feel something coming on, and I just up whatever I'm taking, whether it be like the garlic and horseradish tablets and stuff like that. And within a day or two at school, or I might get, if my throat's a little sore, I get that Benadine throat gargle.
Yes.
I use that once or twice, and it's gone the next day or two. So I've never been like, my whole life now, I'm almost 50, never been stuck in bed with a bad flu or knocked down or couldn't train from it. I might get a little bit coming on, but then in a day or two, I'm back to normal. So, like I said, the main key, like we've always said, is keeping healthy, trying to eat healthy. Yeah, you can eat bad food every now and then, but if you can majorly try and live a clean, healthy life, you can still drink beer and shit. But I mean, overall, don't let yourself go.
It's 80-20.
Yeah. Don't just let yourself fucking go to the point where it all comes down to, like I said, your immune system, and like a gut health is a lot to do with that when it comes to anything. Like your gut health controls so much of your body and stuff, and people, like I said, don't even worry about it. It's just like,
Well, I just look at it, things like this, like before the medicines, it's like, okay, there's a deadly cold going around.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want to improve me food, make sure I'm getting all the vitamins. Mm-hmm. And then you start learning, okay, 70% of people that go to the hospital with a cold are overweight. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to lose weight.
Exactly.
And then you hear that one with 40%.
Because you're losing weight, like I said, you feel healthier, your breathing's better, your immune system's better. It just makes a big difference overall. But people just... And the thing is too, once you get into the habit of doing it, it's like when people want to lose weight for summer, then wintertime they do whatever. It's not like, okay, here comes cold season, let me take vitamin C now. If you do it all the time and you get a good immune system just by taking your vitamins, eating good, taking your garlic, whatever, throughout the whole year, then you should be fine. If you get something, maybe, like I said, you won't get it as bad. Like a lot of those things out there, you might get a little tab of it, but within a day or two it's gone. It's not going to knock you down into bed and shit like that. It's all preventative, and just by keeping healthy, taking care of yourself, that's all preventative measures. And even before like the flus and that come along, doctors have always said that, why don't you just take care of yourself and be healthy? You're going to, when it comes to even walking and stuff like that, but not even the colds and flus, there's so many, heart disease, anything, cholesterol, everything, all these things you can do preventative is just by taking care of yourself, losing weight, dropping your cholesterol, and that can take maybe 40% risk out of having a heart attack or stroke and stuff like that. Even if you're a smoker and stop smoking, I forget, it's a high percentage there in risk of strokes and heart attacks just by stopping smoking. So it's just things you can do. You don't have to live like the life of a monk and be or whatever. You can still have fun and do whatever, but as you said, if 80% is pretty good, then you're a lot better off in the long run than someone that's the opposite, 20 good and 80 bad. So
no, that's it, and it's more sustainable. But I just think
well, I've been doing a lot more too now because Rachel works like just probably 2 k's from home. I'll drive down and see, but now I just walk every day. Because I do cardio in the morning, but then during the day, because I've just been doing stuff around the house, I'm like, I'll go for a walk. So I just go a long way around, walk past the cafes, get a coffee, walk up and see her, take her some food. There's like a little sushi place, so I get like a chicken teriyaki bowl and then walk home, and then later in the afternoon I go back and pick her up. So I've been doing a lot more walking just around the streets lately and stuff, and feel better for it. You just feel better.
Well, that's what I think. Even if people just did that, like people that weren't active.
But it's like, because a lot of people say, well, I can't go to a gym, this and that. You don't need to.
No.
You can do body weight exercise at home, whether it be push-ups, or whatever, walk to a park and do it in a park, because that way, if you do them at home, sometimes you feel like, oh, I'm still at home. But even if it's just things like if you've got a nice sized block, just start off once around the block. Or if you've got a long street, just maybe go to the corner and back the first week, do that, and then next time go halfway around the block and come back, and then next time go around you don't need a gym to be healthy. You can just go, like I said, go to a nice park. You can do push-ups on the bench, do dips on a bench, but even if you can't do that, just walk around the park, because I find then as you're losing weight, because I find in the mornings, I got a treadmill at home, I sometimes do it, I'm like, that's good, I feel good, but nothing beats in the morning. If I get up, when I drop her off at work, I'll drive straight to Newcastle, and even when I'm walking around the beaches there, just with the ocean, the sun coming up, yes, I feel good physically, but even mentally, your whole outlook on the day is totally different if you can get something in during the day, or even in the afternoon. If you go for a walk in the afternoon, just your whole mind and shit. And when I mean go for a walk too, leave this shit. It's like, especially if you're with your families, this is what annoys me lately too, with all this technology. You see families go to a park on a weekend, or they go places, and they're all on their fucking phones, Facebook. There should be a rule, if you're going with your family, because everyone always says, I have this for emergencies. I'm thinking if you're there, your wife's there, your kids are there, the people who matter the most are with you. So you don't need your fucking phone. So your kids aren't being an emergency, your wife's not going to be in a car accident because you're all together in the park. So get rid of this fucking shit unless you want to take a photo and shit. and just have a couple of hours communicating and playing with your kids and being a fucking family. When you get back home, they can go to their rooms and do Facebook and Instagram, whatever else. But even if you go for dinner, the people who you say you love the most and care about the most are fucking there. So you don't need your fucking phone to communicate with them. So we need to sort of, get rid of a bit of, like I said, I've always said it, technology's going this way, humanity's fucking going this way at a fast pace. So yes, you need it for stuff and that. You just need to turn off. And I've got a lot of friends too at like, well, with my phone and my job, I said, yeah, but bosses have to understand, this is where some bosses can be arseholes, but it's like, if you work from 6 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon, 5 in the afternoon, once you get home, that's home time with your kids, your family, whatever. You shouldn't be getting home at 5 o'clock and then 2 minutes with the kids, hold on another hour from 6 to 7, you're fucking checking emails again and doing this shit. It's like you got to sort of, oh, is that you, is it?
No, I train with my, I train with my son.
Well, there you go. See, but yeah, people need to bosses need to understand that too, where you go, it's like I always hate homework because kids should learn at school. Kids are under enough stress in life these days. I don't know how, but they are. But there's enough stress. You go to school to learn. So from 9 to 3, that's your school learning. When you get home, you don't want to go home and sit there and do another 2-3 hours of homework. Get outside. Get off the computer. Go out and play. This will help kids' obesity and that as well. So, they need to turn off. School, home's home. Be a kid, play, do whatever. If you want to do a project for the school and you want to do it. But they shouldn't be made, okay, here's 6 or 7 hours at school, now go home and do another 3 to 4 hours of study. Or maybe if you're one of those kids that enjoy studying, fine then. But most kids just want to get home from school and go play with their mates.
Yeah.
They don't want to be stuck in their room doing homework. And I remember I used to have to do it. I'm like, fucking hated it. You wouldn't fucking do it. You wouldn't care less. You went, fuck it, man. Yeah, so it's like, we need to do it. And the same with jobs. Bosses shouldn't expect their workers to go home and be on call and have their phone going and answering emails once work hours are over. It's family time then, and we need to get back to that. Otherwise, people mentally are just going fucking crazy.
Yeah. No, well, that's one thing about the modern society and that the overlords, you look like, pretty much... the reason why I work extra hours is because my wife doesn't really work that much, and when she does, she works here, so it's sort of flexible. But I do that so she can be with the kids, and it's a bit of extra work for me.
But I'm sure you still get plenty of kid time still, and quality kid time.
Yeah, so. Never as much as I'd like, but my wife's, she's there. Like she's been there for homeschooling. She's there. She coaches the netball team. We used to coach.
How is that for poor parents over these last few months, all this homeschooling and stuff?
Yeah.
I think in America, have the schools opened up in America finally yet? Because they've had even the top doctors have said they should be open, but the school boards and commissions are like, no, we're not opening. It's dangerous.
Yeah, look, I think it depends on the state and
you got more chance of being shot in a school massacre than getting the flu over there.
Look, I know from it's not good for it. It hasn't been.
Well, I heard they were saying here. I was like thinking to myself, really, because they're talking about opening the schools up, and one of the school union people come on TV. This big, overweight type person going, "This isn't right. We haven't been given enough notice." I'm thinking, enough notice?
Yeah.
How long has he been off for? And if you're going back to class, seriously, if you're a teacher, basic shit, don't you? Whether it be basic math, English, whatever. Or just get back to class and just get into some sort of, just give them basic shit to do. You don't need to, he's like, this is too soon. Teachers haven't got time to prepare this. I'm like, what do you got to prepare? Just get back in the classroom, get your class, and just talk to them. Whether it be, so what do you get up to over the lockdown and stuff? And then maybe, whatever, science class or geography, just talk about different parts of the world and what they've been going through with. It's not hard to prepare a fucking class and just give them something to do, but the main thing is they're probably just happy to be in class with their friends doing something. You don't need to come straight back to school and go, okay, now we're going to work out EM equals C squared and fucking the hypothesis of fucking whatever around the fucking triangles and shit. You don't need to go straight back into screwing their heads up. Just get back and just start talking, communicate with them again and just do basic stuff. You don't need to go, hold on, I got to get my whole class together for the week. Just fucking wing it. Just get in there and just talk and say, what would you like to talk about today? Or what should we learn today? And just start off with basic shit till you get back into the swing of things, for fuck's sake. So this whole union guy saying, oh, they didn't consult us and now teachers are this, they won't be ready. I'm sure teachers are probably itching at the bit to get back to school and get into class. And like I said, just getting back into a classroom, you're going to have different students now because a year or two has gone by.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of getting to know them, let the kids talk, and just start off with basic stuff. You know, you don't have to go whole hog into solving fucking problems of the world.
Yeah, no, it's that's one thing I think we haven't fully appreciated the impact on kids, and and you know, that's one thing I say to my son, because he's been a bit struggling for motivation, and I go, look, I'm not gonna go bananas at you because you've been missing some tasks from your teachers, because ultimately I can't say, oh yeah, when I did schooling from lockdown, it was easy. None of us know what it was like. None of us know what it's like not to see your mates, and so it's hard to judge them. But
I know some people are mad too, whether it be some sort of daycares or the private schools. The whole time the school's been shut for a year or so, they still got to pay their fucking fees.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm paying the government school fees and I can't even go to fucking school. It's like, this is fucking bullshit. It's like,
yeah. Oh, well, you'd be spewing if you're paying like for, because
and you're at home teaching your kid. It's like, well, I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not getting those subsidies. Or
no, well, the high end schools, they didn't get any, like the people that go there didn't get any relief, whereas our kids go to a Catholic one, and the Catholic and state school get a bit of relief. So
who's relieving the Catholic priest though?
So
he's been missing the kids.
Yeah. So
you fucking go back and say, geez, your forearms are grown there, Mr. Such and Such.